This is David with High Performance Stoicism. I want to talk about how a Stoic overcomes an inferiority complex. An inferiority complex is where somebody has an intense feeling of inferiority, especially in relation to other people. When they get around other people, they compare themselves negatively to others, and that's a horrible thing to have. And many people have some feelings of inferiority. So you're going to want to hear what I say of how the Stoic deals with this. The first thing that the Stoic is going to tell you is let's reassess your current situation and see what it is really like. Look around you, look at the trees, look at the animals, look at all the things that we have created, like cars, trains, and so forth, and look at other human beings. And one thing you should note is among all the things in the world, you are a being that is superior. You're a human being. You have reason. And what I mean by superiority here is you can think about a lot of things. You can reason about things. You can think of two courses of action, evaluate them rationally, and figure out what the best thing to do is. Other animals can't do that. So take a break from comparing yourself to other people for a while and compare yourself to other animals. And the Stoics say, we have been given this gift of reason. And if you really thought about it and saw it as a gift, as this great thing, then you really wouldn't look down upon yourself. So that's going to be an important thing to do. Another thing that the Stoics say is a gift is something in particular having to do with reason. And Epictetus says it's our use of appearances. So let's say what appearances are. An appearance for a human being is something they're perceiving at the moment. You're perceiving my video. And another thing they call an appearance is the thoughts that come before our mind. And if you're thinking of yourself as inferior a lot, if you're thinking of yourself in comparison to others, I want you to start reevaluating the appearances that come before your mind. We're not going to come to a decision about whether or not you are inferior, but you're going to evaluate whether that's true, why you think that, but you're going to be open-minded. And one part of using your thinking, using the appearances in this way, is you're going to see that, okay, this person is superior to me in sales, this person in my company, and I wish I were like him. But you're also going to recognize that you have gifts this other person doesn't have. So suppose you are better socially, you just seem to have a natural instinct to hit the right note with other people and connect with other people, which tells you, well, this person has worked really hard at sales, where maybe you haven't. So just keep an open mind and evaluate things, and don't let yourself agree to the thought, I am inferior. Just put it on pause, suspend that thought. So that's part of what Epictetus means by the use of appearances, but he means more than that. And we're going to see how this is important because one thing I want you to do to start improving your life, which is going to give you some more confidence, is I want you to start to overall get your mind more under control, which is going to make your life more under control, which is going to make you feel better. And the starting point for that is in Epictetus's famous sentence, some things are up to us and some things are not up to us. That's there right at the beginning of his book, The Enchiridion, the handbook, same two names for the same book. Go out and get it and start studying it. But here's the thing you want to start working on. You want to see that the thoughts you're having, that is something that's under your control. And I've given you some tips for getting it under control, pausing before you believe it, and putting it under question. So you want to make it a larger project of your life to get your mind more and more under control, step by step, by following Stoic practices, by questioning things more, and that's going to help you out. And any thought that is a negative thought, you're going to pause it and put it under question. But thoughts that are going to help you feel better about yourself, such as the gods have given me reason, and that's a positive thing. I'm not like that poor bird over there that can't reason about what to do. So that's one point in my favor. But let's continue with this idea by pointing out one thing that Epictetus says that's important. Each of us can be invincible. And what he means by that is each of us can, as he says, you can be invincible if you never enter into any contest in which victory is not up to you. What he means by that is you want to focus on the thoughts you're having and then whether or not you should agree to them in any situation you're in. Focus on more things in your power and then devalue the things that are out of your power. And in the process of doing that, you're going to worry less about how great that person looks or that person has more money than you. And you're going to start to see, I'm building up a skill set in my mind to become a better person, to become prudent, to become uh, self controlled, to become courageous and just. And most people don't do that. You're already becoming special by taking that course of action. Now, the last thing I want you to do, and in the process of improving, I want you to give yourself a lot of credit for what you're doing. And I want you to take a different look at the things you thought were important before you started your journey. So, where you are right now, you might think things like having a great house, having an amazing spouse. You might put those things as the most important, but by focusing on what's within your power, you're going to say, these things are of less importance, and I'm still interested in them, no doubt about it. I want to go for them, but they're not going to be the most important thing in my life. Becoming a really good, excellent, powerful person, that's going to be more important. And this brings us to our last point. Recognize that as you're doing this, you are starting to play a different game than other people. Many people are playing the financial success game. Many people are playing the social success game. And again, the Stoics aren't saying don't don't have any involvement in those. We're just saying they're less important than becoming a great person, which is the real goal, becoming a virtuous person. And so Epictetus says, you're already in a game now. And most humans are in that game. You are stepping into what he calls the greatest of all contests. The greatest of all contests is to become a virtuous person, but the prize is much better than what most people are going for. The prize is happiness. And that's better than billions of dollars. That's better than being the most popular, the most famous person. And just look at the lives of famous people. Look at the lives of very rich people, and you can see they're still having a lot of problems because they haven't really worked on their minds. You're doing something different. You're following Stoicism. And so this is how to overcome a inferiority complex. The idea for this particular video was given to me by one of my people. So if you have something that you want some Stoic solutions for, please make a comment, but also don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.